Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I want to share this video that I stumbled on where this man believes that Black Americans need to start having arranged marriages. Now, believe it or not, there was a time that I honestly thought this too, but that was a long time ago. I definitely feel differently today. So let's check out what he's saying and another man on the topic of arranged marriages. And I'm going to share with you my hardcore, honest opinion as to why I don't believe this would work for Black America.
Black people need to start having arranged marriages. The reason you need to start having arranged marriages is because it's going to force you to raise your kids better and make sure that they bring something to the table. A lot of y'all are raising your kids and you don't care what they become as long as they're a good person. Don't nobody want to be around that useless motherfucker. You want to be somebody that people want to marry. You want to be somebody that people want to join the family. If you're just raising your kids and they just, "Oh, I don't care if you go to college, I just care if you're happy." Who gives a fuck about being happy and being broke? Set up arranged marriages. It's going to force you guys to raise your kids to be of a higher standard, and then the community will flip and do better in one generation. I'm for arranged marriages.
The reason why arranged marriages have a significantly lower divorce rate is a function of the fact that most of the cultures where arranged marriages are popular also have an underlying religious narrative that very much is the genesis of the arranged marriage. So, when you look at the statistics of different countries and their divorce rates, the higher the level of cultural religious observation as part of the structure of the culture, the lower the divorce rate, because most major religions prohibit divorce or try to limit divorce. And then the more control that a religion has over people's day-to-day life and the structure of their government, the less divorce there's going to be as a function of it. So that's not hard to do the algebra on that.
Also, I think that not getting divorced, to me, isn't necessarily the sign of a successful marriage.
No, not necessarily.
Right?
I think that there's a lot of marriages that are, don't end in divorce, and I think are wildly unsuccessful because it's two miserable people absolutely white knuckling it through together and then saying they reached the finish line because they didn't get divorced, even though they absolutely hated each other and hated the life that they had together.
Okay, so look, I definitely have my opinion about that. Okay, let's start off with the first video. I don't know. Well, let me just put this out here now. What he said the second video, first of all, most countries where arranged marriages are, what do they tend to have in common? The women are oppressed. The women are controlled. They have honor murkings when you shame the family and they take your life, or you can get 74 lashes. Let's not pretend like these communities where these forced arranged marriages are, these women are actually all happy in their marriages. They're not. They are forced to marry men and men are forced to marry women they're not compatible with. What if your husband has a very small penis? Yes, that does matter. Those women can't say anything and they're stuck with them till the day they die. Stuck with them. So it is a issue. It is. Nobody cares about the needs of women when it comes to those areas. Okay, about picking your own husband. I don't want to be just thrown with a man. I need to know a lot of things. And if we're not compatible, not even in the bedroom, no, I don't want to be with you. Okay, and a lot of these other countries, these women have no rights. They're seen as property. They have a lot of shaming and pressure. He mentioned that because it's religion, they are completely severely brainwashed in many countries where the women they think they'll go to hell if they don't want to stay married to the man, and they are in danger from their families, from the family shame and possibly honor murkings if you don't stay married to this man you don't like. Now, I'm not saying some arranged marriages don't work. I have heard other cultures say love will come later. That's absolutely heartbreaking, having to marry someone you don't even want, you don't even have, you're not really compatible with. Conversations might not be well. He might be abusive, bad in bed, bad hygiene, not good with children. Look, if you're going to have an arranged marriage, you need the best of the best to do that. I watched that show Arranged. Half of those always ended up in divorce. Okay. And just to show you a visual of what I'm talking about, I want you to look at this. This is Somalia, where they have forced marriages and forced child marriages. Look at her face. Look at her face. This is an arranged forced marriage. You know what he's going to do to her. She's not comfortable, and half of them are related, by the way. So, no, it's not always peaches and cream with these arranged marriages. And almost 50% of women in arranged marriages, they're not actually happy, a good portion, I guarantee you. And sometimes even the men. I've seen videos of men crying on their wedding day from forced arranged marriages to women they're not even physically attracted to, and they don't want to be married to them. A lot of people who are LGBTQ in these other cultures are forced to be on the down low, forced to marry, and they're not even heterosexual. So let's not pretend like everybody in these other cultures got it all figured out. Oh, because we don't get divorced. Yeah, because it's a lot of shaming to get divorced, or the women are in danger if they get divorced, not only from their family, but all of society. So miss me with that. But let's talk about Black American arranged marriages. Now, I just said there was a time when I was really into the militant stuff. I thought about Black America, and I used to think maybe that was the answer too, because it's just a mess. But it wouldn't work to me. You know why I'm saying that? Number one, most Black Americans can't even live together with family members. That doesn't work. The femicide rates, Black American women, we have the highest femicide rates in the entire country. What do you think would happen if a Black man was forced to, or, well, let me take this back, because he didn't say forced arranged marriages, just arranged marriages, but I still don't see that working. Number one, Black American men at large do not respect the institution of marriage. They are highly promiscuous, they're constantly cheating, and they don't want to get married, a number of them. So imagine if they were put in these arranged marriages. They don't like to be with women they don't find physically attractive. So if he doesn't like how you look, he doesn't like your weight, or how you do your hair, because that's something you see some of them always going on and on about all over the internet. What do you think would happen if they're put in these arranged marriages? To me, if you're going to do an arranged marriage, you need to pick people who have their type. Stop putting people together with people they're not physically attracted to. That is a problem. Okay, they don't have the same goals and interests. They don't have a lot of things in common. Okay, a lot of people tend to mess up when they do these arranged marriages, because they're not putting the right people together. And I said, it's hard to find the one. It's hard to find your soulmate. That's just the truth. But if I were to promote arranged marriages, which I'm not, if I were to, I would say that it would have to be the best, some of the best Black people. Okay, you would need a lot of Black people who are middle class and upper middle class doing this to come together to save the relationship, the family, being financially a little bit well off. One thing he said that stood out to me is that the kids, basically, you would raise better kids if you had an arranged marriage. That's not true at all. If you have two people together that are trash, they're probably going to raise trashy children. It's about, what is your moral character like? What is your goals? What do you believe in? If you put two people together that can't read or don't like to read, what kind of child do you think they're probably going to raise? Okay, now you could have arranged marriages for people who are low income, but they should have common interests to be better and want their children to be better. If they cannot read or they're bad in certain areas, they're willing to pay for a tutor for their child to have. You can't just throw people together and think, oh, you're going to raise productive, good children. What kind of home is it? Just because a man is in the house doesn't mean your son will be masculine or will turn into a good man, because what is his father like? Okay, you're in the house, you're present, but what is he like? Can the dad read? Does the dad believe in being a hard worker or stealing from people? What is his mentality on women? Does he open the door for mama? Does he show affection to the mother? Or the child never sees it and doesn't see what love looks like? You have to think of all these type of things. A man being present is not enough. Who is he? What does he believe in? And the woman. If a man is in an arranged marriage, what kind of woman is she as well? These things are all important and they matter. Okay. So a Black American arranged marriages, I mean, a show like that would be interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. But from what I'm seeing, I just see arguing in the house. I see the man constantly cheating because I'm just looking at what I see right now. I see, again, the femicide rates. I can't imagine Black men being put in arranged marriages when they're already taking the lives of us every couple of hours. Imagine an arranged marriage, yet alone a forced one. I don't know about that. Even if Black men get married, over 50% of them cheat on their girlfriends and wives. They don't respect marriage. And a lot of Black women are heavily into Christianity, some of them, even though some claim to be Christian and they're not Christian, but some are or try to be. And a lot of Black men are not into that. A number of them, they're not godly Christian men. They're not going to be equally yoked with them. It's going to be a disaster, in my opinion. And not everybody has to be religious. I feel like if I'm not deeply religious, do not pair me with someone who is deeply into that. That's going to be a clash with us, especially when we talk about having children. Okay, so I would love to see more Black people get married, Black American, especially those who are into moving up within society and raising kids who can do that, who can compete and also have nice families together if they want to have kids or if they don't, but they're happy, they're financially stable and everything like that. Um, you got to have discipline. You got to have equal goals. It could be a disaster. I didn't have too many notes. Too many notes. I'm looking at my notes real quick on this. Okay, so whether I mean lower class, middle class, upper middle class, upper class, he sees the crisis. He sees the crisis and thinks this is the answer because so many other cultures do it. We know that here in America, I saw that chart. I should have put it up. Indian Americans are at the very top of American society when it comes to finances, but they also have a high amount. Well, maybe not in America, but I know in India, the women are always getting murked over dowry stuff. But in America, Asians, whether they're from China, Taiwan, Filipino, Indian from India, which is Asian, they're at the very top. Economically, white Americans came in at number 7. Black Americans are at the very bottom. Indians get married, but they also support education. Black men are online bothered by Black women who have education, but a lot of Indian marriages, both of the man and the woman are highly educated, and they both pull in a lot of money and have beautiful homes and everything, and they're at the literally at the very top of American society. Jewish people, the women don't have to work, but a number of them do sometimes, and I'm all for black women being stay-at-home moms if that's something we want, but you have a lot of black American men who shun black women being stay-at-home women. Even though they claim they want black women to be more softer and in their feminine, but yet they don't support black women having the option to not work or not. In fact, you'll always find a lot of black American men saying, in this world and the way things are set up, you have to work because we can't do it all. Or a woman should, no, 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 no. A woman should always have the option to work or not, especially raising kids and maintaining a household, and also having to be on top of a man, making sure you go to your appointments, your clothes look good, washed, and all that other stuff, wifely duties. But arranged marriages. Again, at one point, I did think maybe that could be an answer. Now, with what I'm seeing in the so-called community, I don't see it working. I mean, I'm not I'm probably 95% thinking it wouldn't work. The 5% of me that thinks it could, it would have to be something so organized, because I cannot just put someone together with somebody because, oh, she likes vanilla ice cream and he likes vanilla ice cream. Oh, she has a bachelor's and he has a bachelor's. That's great, but I need a lot more. I'm looking at everything down to the music taste. I'm looking at what you believe in. I would even ask a man, how do you feel about certain people who have gone to prison for PDF? Like, I want to see if this man sides with victims, or do they support men and blame the victim type of stuff. I need to see their psychology, I need to see their mental health, their psychology. I need to know their beliefs. I need to know how they view women. What do they think a woman is supposed to do? You would have to ask the man, so do you think, what do you think a woman's role is, and what do you think a man's role is? You have to know the mind of who you're trying to pair with somebody else. And I've just seen disasters over and over again with these type of arranged marriage shows and everything. Yeah, you see it a lot in different cultures, but a lot of times these are cultures, again, where these women are seen as second class citizens, have absolutely no rights at large, are seen as property, and their family run their life. They have no say. They can't even, even their sexual needs or don't even matter. You'll get paired with a man that's very tiny and you have to stay with him. And you can never reveal it or talk about it, and you're absolutely miserable. They don't even care for you to have your needs met in the bedroom any damn way around the whole globe. So these are all things that matter, in my opinion. They do. And people, again, you'll look at, are we compatible? What do you believe in with your religion? Are you religious? Maybe, or you're not religious. Don't pair me with someone deeply religious if I'm not deeply religious, or if I am religious, you would probably want someone with similar views. Children, does the man or woman believe only how kids should be raised? Do you like to travel? If I'm a person that doesn't like to stay in the house, don't pair me with someone that thinks a woman is supposed to stay home all day or can't go anywhere, or doesn't feel they should pay for us to go out. I like to travel. I don't want to be with a person that's a homebody that doesn't go out. That's something that I would look at. I will look at hygiene. I would even go as far as to ask, how many times do you wash up? Do you use a wash rag or a loofah? What do you use anything? I mean, if I had a show where I had to arrange people, I would ask the things you have never seen asked in your life on a TV show, because I'm trying to get the best match possible. I would even ask maybe it could be a stupid question like, do you believe in ironing your clothes? Do you think a man should clean a home, or is that a woman's job to you? I would find out everything I could about who this person is and what they believe in. Um, even some of you might say, here she goes again, but yeah, even being sexually compatible. If these two people are not virgins, I would even ask them, how often do you require or would like to have sex? I'm not going to pair you with someone that doesn't like to have sex, man or a woman, and you're not going to be compatible. I even want them to be compatible in that way. So these are all the things I would look at. I would ask them, what do they believe in as far as a career and a job? Do you believe in moving up, or do you want to just stay with a company and for forever? Or let's see, what would you want for your children? I would ask all these type of questions. Would you pay for a tutor? I would look at all of those things. So that is it for this video. I want to know, how do y'all feel, any of you watching, about Black Americans getting into arranged marriages? If they came out with a show, would you support the show? Would you go on the show? Do you feel it would work or not work? So if you think it would work or would not work, I want you to tell all of us in the comment section. Literally leave a heart and give us the list of why it would work or why it would not work, in your opinion, those who would be interested in it. Okay, so please like, share, and subscribe, hit the bell, and I will talk to you all later.